Welcome to the Phil Davidson Show. The former Vietnam veteran and currently practicing attorney Phil Davidson presents entertaining guests and short features from his novel Dreamer. And now, here is Phil Davidson.
Hard to go on. Help me, he cried in desperation. Wearily, he rose up from where he lay and reached out for the voice, but again the darkness around him was empty and cold. Look, Dawee. Startled, he turned to see Jake standing next to him. He cupped his hands over his eyes. Not far ahead of them, the horizon became darker than the paddies. He smiled. Jake's eyes were the best at night. The jungle was just ahead of them. They were going to make it. Let's go, men, he ordered confidently. He left Pratt, Chip, and Julio at the jungle's entrance as lookouts for the rest of the team as the rest of the team moved further inward. Put him against that tree, Keaton ordered. Forcing Jake let Jude drop to the ground. He had passed out from the pain of his wounds. Bring him to, Doc, he ordered, his commanding voice beginning to fade. Doc bent down and broke open a vial of ammonia under Jude's nose, and he began to shake his head from side to side. Wake up, you motherfucker, Doc said, slapping Jude's face. He grabbed Doc's arm. Don't do that, was all he could say. The rain had suddenly stopped, and in its place an eerie pall had spread over the jungle. He and Keaton stood side by side looking down at Jude. Keaton turned to him, and with a demanding look on his face, does this have to be done, he asked breathlessly. Dawee, was all Keaton said, as he handed David the Walther with his silencer attached to its barrel. The little pistol felt hard and cold as it lay in his open palm, its blue steel frame well oiled and covered with little drops of water. He curled his fingers around the grip and the trigger. It was like holding death itself. The rest of the team backed away from him and Keaton. It was still strangely quiet. The rain had left a vacuum that the coming dawn could not fill. Each man's different breathing could be clearly heard. Why, he said, feeling sick as the rice he had eaten wanted to come up. He wanted to run, to escape from it, the responsibility. It was never supposed to have come to this. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage, the voice from the darkness said. He tried to take a step back, but Keaton's huge shape stopped him. It's got to be done, sir. You know what will happen if they find us out here in the open. Besides, he's not one of us anymore, Keaton said, as he took hold of his arm. I've got to know why, he said, wrestling his arm free from Keaton's grip. He squatted down in front of Jude. Why, you bastard, why? Why? You want to know why? You think knowing will make it easier for you? It won't. Besides, what does it matter? I did what I had to do, what I was led to do. Tell me, you damn traitor. I'm no traitor, Captain. You're the traitors, all of you, Jude said loudly, waving his arm at them. But I didn't think any of us would get hurt. Only the scouts. But you know, John, he was always the hero. Jude began laughing to himself. Kill him, Force hissed. God, just shoot him. Let's get out of here, Jake said, flatly turning his head. No, let him finish, he snapped.
You have been listening to the Phil Davidson Show. For questions or comments about today's program, you may visit Phil on his website, DreamerNovelTalk.com. That's DreamerNovelTalk.com. His Blog Talk Radio address is blogtalkradio.com/Phil Davidson. Thank you so much for joining us this week on the program, and we look forward to seeing you next time on the Phil Davidson Show.